Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to my very first Etsy store review. Now, this is a no holds barred review. You're going to learn a lot of things that other reviews on YouTube channels about Etsy stores don't show you. I've seen a lot of them and they're all pretty much the same. They don't really tell you much of any use and they kind of skirt around what actually you guys, Etsy sellers, need to know. So this review, you're going to learn some things you didn't know before. I'm going to be teaching you things that I use in my audits, for my store audits, for my clients when they come into my consultancy. Hopefully this will be entertaining and full of information that will be useful to you. So today's winner was Mia from MeeracleCrafts. It's a great store to use for an Etsy store review. Let's get straight into it. And as always, let me know what you think at the end. Okay then, here we are with my first ever Etsy store review, and let me point out from the outset, this store review will get a score out of 12. So every single review I do will be based on a score out of 12. And we're going to move through the components of this review and you're hopefully going to learn some things that you didn't know before. Let's get into this. So the very first thing we have to establish and understand is the strength or continuity of an Etsy store. So the very first thing we do is we look at how many sales the store has, in which case Mia's store here. Congratulations Mia on this, by the way. Her store is MeeracleCrafts. Her sales are 63. She's got 38 inventory in stock. And then we come down to the bottom here to see when the store opened. And the store opened this year in 2023. So what does this tell us? What critical information do we learn from 63 sales, 38 items, and opening in 2023? What this is telling us is that Mia's store is in an incredibly strong position. She's made 63 sales already. That's way, way above average for a new store. And she's done it with only 38 items in a matter of a couple of months. So the clear piece of information we have to take away first of all is that this store needs lots more items in it. Literally, if Mia puts more items into a store, her sales are just going to go up. They're just going to go up. She is in an incredibly strong position in terms of continuity and what's happened in her store so far. Okay, so now let's move on to the second point of this store review, which is the inventory itself. So because I said as earlier in the continuity part that the store is in an incredibly strong position, if she adds items in her store now and grows the store slowly and steadily at one a day and gets towards 100 items in her store, her sales are definitely going to respond. They are going to respond to this increase in inventory because of the strength of her position, her strength of her store. Her visibility is already up and working. So Mia, my advice to you strongly is to get 100 items into this store. You're going to make more sales. Okay, let's now move on to a critical failing point I see with so many Etsy stores. I know I've talked about this, but now you're going to see it. You're going to see what I'm talking about. Let's just pick a product. Let's pick this one, butterfly flowers. In here, when we get into the product, notice it says low stock here, low in stock. Look at the numbers. There's only 5 in stock for this item. And if we go and look at other items in the store, we see low in stock, 2 in stock. And we see this trend wherever we click, basically in Mia's store, we see this problem of low stock depth. Low stock depth is literally a store killer. If you've got low stock depth, you can't expect Etsy to push you and show your items when there's no trust from you to Etsy that you've got stock depth to handle the sales that you'll get. Especially when you go down to 2 in stock, 1 in stock. That's just a lack of trust for Etsy. So Mia, my advice strongly for you, immediately after you see this video, let's get that stock number up so that we see 20 minimum in stock. So you know guys, when I talk to you about having 20 in stock, it's literally here. It's got to say 20 or more. So that when you start to sell items and you start to make money, you can keep selling. If you've only got 3 in stock, 2 in stock, you might go out of stock overnight. And that is so damaging to an Etsy store. So this is absolutely critical to make more sales. Mia, let's get more in stock. Okay, next one that I want to talk about, and this is another store killer, and that is shipping. So in shipping, let's say we wanted to buy this item, it's low in stock, we choose one, we add to basket, okay, and now we get to another major problem. This is literally costing you sales, Mia, straight up costing you sales. The shipping is United States only, and this means anyone outside the United States can't buy this item, and you're losing sales every day by doing this. So ship globally. Don't worry about shipping price, even if it seems prohibitive. Even if you think, oh, sort of the item's $9 and the shipping's $6. Don't worry about that. There will always be buyers out there who'll be willing to pay the shipping charge because they can't find your item elsewhere. So this is really, really important. Make sure you ship all over the world and not just the United States, as we have here. It's costing you sales. Okay, let's get back to the store. Now, this is a huge one. I want to look at photography and video. So first of all, photography. We're going to pick this product here as an example. I've saved a picture, a copy of this these hearts on my desktop, and I've got a site here called Photor, which is a photo editor. It very, very quickly allows you to make your photos look much more appealing. So if we look at this image here, it's a nice picture, but it's very dark, it's very dull. There's not a lot going on here. There's not a lot of pop happening here. We need to catch eyes on our photography to get more visits and convert more sales. So if we just go back to Photor, let's look at this original image here. It's quite dull. Go to Photor, open up the image. Here's the file here. Let's open that. And now we can see the photo in Photor. If I just click one tap enhance, watch what happens to this photo. It does take a few seconds, but look at that. It's brighter, it's clearer, it's got more pop. Turn it off and it goes dark again. You see the difference? Let me just load it again. Look at that. And then let's look at the actual image here. 1, 2. You see, that's a difference. There's a difference there. And all of your photos here in your Shopmere need this treatment. Look at this one here, the shamrocks. Look at the bottom of the image here. It's so dark. Look at this, so dark. We want to be clear, we want to be bright, we want to pop and catch eyes and get them onto our products. Excuse me, I've got a bit of a cold. Okay, now the other thing that I want to mention here is video. So video you've got on most of your listings, which is really, really good. But let's look at a video. So let's go in here, let's click on the video, let's see what happens. So we see the shamrocks, which is, it's okay, you're showing the shamrocks, you pan back, okay, but what's missing here is a hand. Pick one of the shamrocks up so we get a context of size. Getting a context of size immediately shows the buyer something that they really, really want to know. It doesn't matter if you tell them in the product description here that it's 2.25 inches. No, we want to see it here. So get a hand in there so we immediately know how big this item is. So these pieces of this Etsy store review, if you take care of them, I absolutely guarantee your sales are going to go up, Mia. It's so straightforward. You've got to get your sales up. And one more thing, two more things I'm going to show you. Here, this is where your shop banner should be. You're missing a shop banner. So make sure you put a shop banner in here so it makes your store look more professional and complete. And the last bit that you need to do down here is your shop about page. So in here, in your about page, you need two other components that are missing. You need brand photos and brand video. Make sure brand photos and brand video go in here in your about page, which makes your store look much more desirable, much more trustworthy with customers that look at your store. So, as I said at the beginning of this store audit or review, every store gets a score. So the score for your store today, Mia, is 3 out of 12. I know it sounds terrible. It's not terrible. Most stores that I do these reviews and audits on get scores of 2, 3, or 4 out of 12. So I guess the challenge is for future reviews, can you beat a score of 3 out of 12 before we even get into the improvements that you can make in your store. So I hope you've enjoyed this review. Let me know if you want to see more of these. Let me know if this benefited you and you got something out of this. Reviews on YouTube for Etsy stores, people don't seem to be interested in them, but I'm hoping that bringing this different angle and different knowledge into Etsy store reviews will benefit you guys. So please let me know what you thought in the comments, and I'll look forward to seeing you in the next video. Cheers.